Hey guys, and welcome back to another stream. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry for the delay. Had some tech stuff happen on the back end that I wanted to get corrected. And we'll see how the night goes. And just a bit of administration-y stuff. I do recall that I am supposed to be doing a live stream for you guys at some point. An IRL stream rather, with the VTuber, not myself. Or sorry, with myself and not the VTuber. The other way around. A little tired, guys. But because my husband's been home, I haven't wanted to do that because he doesn't want to be in the image, and I don't have one of those fancy graphics cards that can just cut out my background. And I do often stream in a dark room, so the workarounds don't really work like that. But maybe Saturday I'll be able to honor that for you guys. Nope. Not this Saturday, though. Probably the following Saturday, because, yeah. I am going to be taking, basically, the full upcoming week off. Just to relax and get myself back into, like, an exercise schedule and all that stuff. So that is my plans for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to go ahead and do time off for myself. And then I'll get back to gaming streaming the following Saturday with live camera for at least an hour. And I just hit my microphone. Sorry if that reverberated in your ears, guys. Okay, but for what I'm doing now, I am live streaming. No, I am streaming my writing. I do this every November for the month of November. This is the first month I've done it 30 days in a row, though, so that's pretty cool, if I do say so myself. I've been doing NaNoWriMo for over 10 years now. I've won several years, including this year. I've finished stories maybe twice. And NaNoWriMo for me is like playing a video game, honestly. If I don't finish it and then I move on to the next thing, I probably won't go back to it. I'm just really bad at stuff like that, unfortunately. Historically, during the month of like November, December, I would like I would stream my video games for charity, and then like starting 2, maybe 3 years ago, I started doing my NaNoWriMo for charity. And so because I'm a Twitch partner, so might as well do it. Why not? And so that's why you'll see me talking about, the ad revenue every now and again. You'll see my little chat bot come up saying, hey, do this, or hey, thank you for your patience. If you're on YouTube, you don't get ads. Well, you'll get ads that benefit me anyway. If you are on Twitch, there will be ads about every 15 minutes or so, just so that I can, basically the ads benefit the stream. So why not, and yeah, and so what I'm going to do in the next couple of weeks is I am going to take the money and I am going to donate it to BabyDJ, the charity of my choice. You can see the URL in the corner. You can also go to the website and donate directly. I encourage that. I don't like being the donation mule, so to speak. So just a little quick heads up there. And they do have a wish list on Amazon now too, if you want to go and check them out. I probably have to get like a Christmas edition. I don't have. Maybe I'll decorate my bubble Christmassy stuff. Anyway. All that being said, let's go ahead and actually get into the writing portion. Excuse me, well, still in play. This was supposed to be a bit of a thriller. It's mostly just been following this couple through their anniversary, and now we finally got to something meaty. But yeah. Let's see what we see. Excuse me. Okay. That's right, they came home from their date last night. Oh, we are in the next morning. My little title thing here. Finally made it to the Saturday morning? Oh. In the next morning. Alright, so the next morning came very slowly for Lisa. Spencer at some point. Moment she would think she had explanation. The doctor said, the place under the farm, and probably took most of the acting. And why the door itself was so hard to open. Maybe part of the reason why it was so big was to create a great difficulty opening it, maybe? That didn't seem possible. That didn't possible though. That didn't seem possible. She sat on the couch in their room, trying to read a book. Whenever her mind quieted enough to allow her to concentrate. It was never enough to allow her to act fast. In the calmest moments, she only managed to read pages at a time before another word on the page would trigger a thought. And yawning, she looked to her husband, still asleep in bed. She noticed through the high window. Oh, excuse me. Dang it. Water, maybe I should be drinking coffee. Honey, she'll let your husband. The high window above the bed. That the darkness of the night sky seemed to be fading. Not for the first time that night. She had wished that or even that day, or even during their vacation. She had wished that they had normal windows she felt trapped, not knowing felt trapped. Even if she could rationalize all of the events that were happening, excuse me, even if she all of it felt like well, story, what did it feel like? All of the events. They were there to box her in. Her, last night, she thought that the marketing ploy fix her genius. Now she was terrified of how far they would try to go to scare her. And last night, but the mystery marketing ploy. Now she's terrified of how far they would go. Entice her to come back. In fact, it was quite the opposite. She no longer wanted to revisit vacation or future vacation. Not because of the odd design that included public showers, but because of the lengths they would go to in order to prove that they were ow. They were somehow, in a word, spooky. They were somehow, they were unendingly creepy. Oh, excuse me. In fact, she no longer wanted to even stay there. In fact, she decided no longer wanted to be a part of the Manor. Sometime in the early hours of the morning, Alyssa had come to the decision that once Spencer woke up, they would gather their things, whatever the deposit was, whatever the LP, whatever the booking fee was, they could afford lose out on an instrument. Looking over at the bed again. Wanted to know now. Also wanted to make sure Spencer at least had a good full test. Honest, if she was being honest with herself, she had wished she was in the bed with him. Also, full night of rest. She closed her eyes. There was definitely some tiredness. Maybe it was enough to fall asleep. See her desire. Leave this place fine. It's just her being hungry. She wasn't. Let's see. Maybe she could finally sleep. When she woke up, this would all be behind her. Or at least we would have some sort of try. She bookmark 2 well-read pages. Set the book back on the couch. Part of her, many of the part of the night was spent picking up the clothing and pieces into the bag they had brought up. She was, for the night after she had determined that she no longer wanted to stay. That way, they didn't need to spend any longer in the manor than was necessary. The only things that weren't currently put away were her book, their toothbrushes, personal care kit, and the clothing they were currently getting up. Hey, Selma. Alyssa walked from the couch to the bed. Nope. Alyssa eyed how Spencer was sleeping. He was sprawled and was taking a good portion of it up. One side still allowed more room than the other. So Violet walked out of bed, slipped in beside him. Come on up. Mattress, as hard as it was, felt very inviting. The sheets and blankets that enveloped her did nothing to prevent her from relaxing even further. Maybe it was otherwise it's form. Still, $6266. Palindrome number. Woo! Okay. Even with that rational fun, it was comfort to know that she was able to slipping into it and trying goes off into at least a little bit of there was a loud, shrill bellow that pierced the air. Similar to the one but somehow it was less. It sounded more like two pieces of iron scraping against each other. Sorry, I got distracted by something. Loud, shrill bellow. Alyssa's eyes snapped open as she sat straight up out of bed. Yeah. She was so looking forward to finally falling asleep. Glancing at the noise. Look, another palindrome. Covered her ears and climbed out. With the large mirror opposite of the bed, she noticed that the sky was now a light blue, not the dark. It had been first. Emily was able to get back to bed. She was able to get minor consolation as the bellowing, as the shrill bellow. Is that even a thing? Shrill bellowing? Though her hands were pressed to her ears, tried to make out where at least this there didn't seem to be any sort of source. It was just vibrating. She looked back to Spencer, who was sleeping soundly, still in bed. He wasn't necessarily like sleeper, but she wondered how he could be sleeping through something as piercing as this was. Yesterday, when the noise occurred, there were no other curious folks on the third floor who had stuck their heads out of the room. She didn't doubt that that would be the case. Or maybe it's some sort of alarm designed to be as off-putting as this. fit with the rest of the annoying cooking. Alright, guys, I will be right back. Hubby just got home, and I'm going to talk with him for a few minutes. Enjoy the music. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry for that delay. Okay, and now let's go ahead and get to... Oh, sorry Twitch people. Looks like there's an ad going. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back to writing. Alyssa could feel her feet at the thought. Normally she would have just been fine with the thought of leaving and letting the fee just be wasted. However, at this point, she decided that she had had enough. She needed someone to know how she felt. The pajamas she was wearing and her white pants with a top button long sleeve top. It wasn't anything embarrassing, but she was certain. That reminds me of and I went to work one day with my mom. It was BJ day and I was off by a week. That was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Anything embarrassing. And she didn't feel like she wanted to wait for to stop and change into anything else. This was suitable. Alright, this was suitable. Oh hey look, all sixes. Today is the day of all the numbery things. Suitable. Deciding that even pausing to put on shoes or slippers would take too long. Alyssa pulled open the front of the bedroom door and to march barefoot down to the lobby. As she crossed past the balcony on the second floor, she had to stop and gasp for air. She wasn't tired. She was still tired, but she wasn't physically exhausted. Not in the way that she thought, not in the way that exercise would normally make one gasp for. It wasn't even a prolonged as if she was deprived of it. was just a moment. Pause and a gasp. It was enough to turn momentary pause into a freeze of fear. Excuse me. Just what was that? The large wall-sized mirror across from the balcony was in her peripheral vision. She could swear and the same pink fabric as the other night. Caught her attention and drew it to the mirror. Where the briefest flash, she saw herself in a shrouded princess style dress. The next breath, and it was gone. Alyssa whispered to herself. Shaking her head, with her mouth still somewhat. This was not how she imagined. Ripped down to yell at Sally or whoever that was, or anyone else from the staff. In her mind, she'd have already been down there and given piece of her mind. Oh, now she was here. Seemed to think she liked the color pink. I wanted to show her how good she apparently was in the color. Enough to take the breath away. Okay. No. They apparently use the word apparently a lot in my writing. And dresses with that color. More tricks, she told herself, scowling. She resumed her march down to the front lobby. Oh yeah, and by the way, the shrill noise the while. Much like the day prior, it was fading. Although day, it seemed to be fading at a much slower. By the time Alyssa reached the first floor, she was livid. She knew it was an irrational. Passionate? No. Passionate anger. Whoever was working, just doing their jobs. Still, purposefully scare someone and make them think they were a part and party to some mystery was not cool. Weren't businesses required to create users? That. Looking in the direction of the receptionist desk, the woman's scowl. Of course there was no one there. And of course she didn't know where to find her or anyone who might be able to listen to her rant. Palindrome, or at least take the brunt of the ever-growing verbal assault that was building within her. Maybe the old lady that called herself Lori should be somewhere on one of the porches. Crossing to the door, Alyssa only belatedly remembered dark liquid on the wood. Paused. She looked down at the door, at the bottom of the door, and the floor just below that. Of course, there was nothing there. Of course, there was nothing there. The scowl on Alyssa's face was beginning to hurt. Beginning to hurt her. She needed to yell at someone and do it. Tugging on the door, she pulled a massive portal open and stepped out into the morning. It was brighter than she expected it to be. She could barely see the surrounding scenery. A little bit. It didn't matter. What it looked like. So, she needed to find Lori or Sally. Excuse me. Or someone who would. And of course they don't have any words. Crumbled. Breath. As she continued barefoot. On the wooden porch. Looking to see if any other living being doesn't please get with her. There was no one there. There's no one on the porch. Alyssa had first the entire wrap around the porch.
Hello.
Don't know if you know, but it's blurry on the YouTube. Yeah, I know. It's 720. Or maybe 720 is fine and you're just, you know, very, very, very nearsighted. I don't know. I set your feed to 144. I did no such thing. YouTube did it. But I'll know to this manually set it. Sometimes YouTube does stuff like that when I'm streaming too, so. Or when I'm watching streams too. So. I'll just double check whenever I set your stream lean forward. Alright. Of course they don't have uniforms. Rumble. Alyssa had traversed the entire wraparound porch, reaching the opposite side of the front door without seeing anyone. This wasn't to make one. Oh, she did admit she was definitely more awake. And thankfully, that shrill bellowing noise had finally subsided to a point where she couldn't hear it any longer. Taking another deep breath in, Alyssa closed her eyes. She slowed the breath, making it last longer. Marching up to someone wasn't on it. Wouldn't be enough to immediately change what they're doing. Even if they agreed, it would take control. Wouldn't happen. She knew nothing. Made sense. This would be available. Was supposed to be my airway. That also makes sense. But the owners probably didn't expect to go up in very early hours. Yeah. For that matter. Lack of security was honestly one of the more terrifying things. Alyssa was finally finishing the exhale of her deep breath. She opened her eyes. Yes, she was feeling more calm. It's likely to be in line with the world outside, the world around her was much. So she attributed that to change in the sun's position. She no longer wanted to take out her frustration. First, she saw, realizing in horror as she opened the door. Well, this verbiage is basically target for editing. Recognized that she probably would have yelled at a stranger if they had the misfortune of meeting her first. Running into her, rather. Of her, a little bit. Any of the Manor's staff. It still wasn't entirely clear who was staff or not. Also pulling the door open. Pushing the large door open. She began to walk back into the manor, only to yelp backwards as another woman yelped in surprise at the door opening. Scared. Blinking in response. Alyssa explained. She mentally reminds herself that she's no longer mad. She did to find Peter. Yeah. Let me. A deep breath, a nod, and a deep later. She began to explain. I'm your father. I just wanted to give some about our experience. I don't know if there's any sort of way or not. Look on Sally's. Was one application. No. Because I could provide feedback. I don't know. And now it was Alyssa's turn. Confused. What don't you know? What do you mean by feedback? No one has ever provided feedback before. I want to let you know how our experience has been. Explain. I'm slowly watching the other face. Neither woman had moved. His face was shrouded, and it was dark. Both elements were lit up from the outside light. Oh. Okay. The beautiful woman explained. What did I tell them? There was a slight confusion in her voice. Most of it seemed passive. Closing her eyes, Tessa tried really hard to remind herself that she was not going to get him. Instead, she gets another. Are you not worried about the either this character actor is very good is trying very hard to actor at like the building. They were very flippant. Customer feedback. A patron feedback. In either case, Alyssa could feel her jaw on the floor with Sally's statement. She had no idea how to reply in a way that would make her feedback. Instead, she decided to give the feedback without further pleasantries. Look, both today and yesterday, it was annoying. I think it's on. Made it very difficult for me to sleep. I can't speak to any of the others who are currently staying here. And my husband is a heavy sleeper. He For me, it is a pain to listen to. Is there any way I think she was about at some sort of expectation I might be staying there on further. She was feeling better and calmer. She knew she still didn't want to stay any longer. She had to. Still taking her voice. On up. Ugh. Then what was... Always not too long ago. I only blinked it a few times. Face showing surprise. Her eyebrows. Facing and mouth. Opening and surprise. She didn't say anything for several seconds. No. What noise did you hear? She asked. Carefully. It was obvious. She was trying not to stutter her words. I didn't hear it. Yes. Let's try to recreate the noise vocally and ended up sounding garbled instead. Say that I heard that. Slowly. There was during the conversation, she must have taken a step back. It's realized there was enough space between them that she could step into the room. Step into the manner she did, hearing Sally as she crossed the threshold. No, it didn't quite sound like that. Was admitted. Talking to me?
No.
Okay. Oh, that was it. It was.
Can you hear me now?
Like 2 large stone pillars. Or something. It was awful to listen to.
I know. Okay, I can
You
wait.
heard it today? And yesterday?
Which server did
The
it hop onto?
noise was from
I hopped on to the first one I was actually able to get onto. All the rest of them are purple.
yes.
The 2000 Q. Why not just do the RP server? Oh, the RP server is high on the pop.
Belly gulp.
What I'm asking.
I don't know what it is.
After RP server.
She said,
Pretty sure most people that are on there right
Not
now are on there
slowly.
because it doesn't
but word
happen.
had a specific.
Camera is playing, by the way.
Oh. She was
That's normal.
clearly fully aware of what it was. Seemed spooked by the fact that Alyssa was able to hear it. But before Alyssa could
That's
provide
not too bad.
any more
10-minute wait.
information,
I was thinking it was like a 2-hour wait. Pop through.
I will pass the information along to her. And she will.
Slowly letting people trickle in, and then slowly
Look
get rid of
into it.
people that are.
Oof. About 5-ish minutes left.
Yeah, anniversary.
On up a little bit. Alright, Sally go. Let's see. Alyssa nodded at Sally's words. She wasn't sure if telling her this would have done any good. Again, either his character act was very good. They had no idea how to proceed with some. It was entirely possible that some sort of underground of the odd behavior within the house itself
Why did it? What are you?
was making the guests want to mix
Oh.
spirit somehow. To the point where it was audible for people who was deep sleepers like Spencer.
Yes.
Spencer. Oh, Spencer. regardless, there seemed little need to press further, especially if they messy. She was certain her own at least percent. And then burning her manners, her exhaustion. I don't need how for breakfast. Nice head shrug.
Did it say what server it's on? One of the Alpha servers. We could play on one of those. They're not full.
It's offered. Normally comment about leaving the building would have made her curious, knowing what that was more acting, and also
What's that new one? The Zap? Zap bound?
I don't know.
Or Zap bound?
The guests would see the going. That would probably shatter the illusion.
Oh, there's one called Eroxon.
Yeah.
There's one called Eroxon. E-R-O-X-O-N.
She turned away from the door and began toward the back hallway.
Control.
Alyssa offered. We took either madness or just boldness. It's by way of curiosity. I can try it. I can hear what I heard. She has any questions. Alright, scroll up a bit. Oh, actually, it's 6:32. It's wrapping up time a bit. Let's see where we are with the Twitch ads.
I'll pop in at the same time.
Alright, so it looks like we're starting an ad in a couple of minutes. That's my dashboard is warped. I'm going to refresh it real quick. There we go. There's the 3-minute option. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and run the 3-minute ad. You guys know the drill. I'm going to run this ad. I'm going to switch the screen offline. For the YouTube viewers, you can go ahead and, well, I won't get any ad revenue from you if you decide to stick around. Though I do appreciate you sticking around too. But I will, I forget what I'm saying. But no, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. This is the last NaNoWriMo stream of the year, because today is November 30th and tomorrow is December. So NaNoWriMo ends today. So I hit my goal with the word count. Didn't finish the story, which is what it is. I didn't set any monetary goals for BabyDJ. Maybe next year I will. We'll see. But overall, this has been a great month. I streamed all 30 days. That's excellent. And yeah, even though I didn't have any days off this month, except for Thanksgiving, which technically didn't count as a day off for purposes of writing, I still got a considerable amount of writing done. So awesome. Alright guys, enough rambling, otherwise I'm going to get the 1 minute. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and run that 3-minute ad now, and I will see you next time, about a week and a half. Bye!